Welcome to Ebas Gallery channel. We can't tell you what the new Hyundai Veloster N is like to drive yet, but we have sampled its more symmetrical 4-door sibling, the Europe market i30N. It is both the first product from Hyundai's N performance division and a preview of the mechanical package that buyers in the United States will experience in the hotter, 3-door Veloster. The omens are good for anyone waiting for an old-fashioned performance hatchback, one that doesn't leaven its excitement with an excess of character-sapping refinement. Although its thrills are amusingly basic, the i30N also offers an almost unprecedented level of user adjustability. On its steering wheel are 2 mode selection buttons. The left one gives access to normal, sport, and eco modes, the last of which we doubt that owners of a 271 HP hot hatch will select often. The button on the right wears an N logo and can dial up both an ultra-aggressive, track-focused N mode and a driver-tweakable N custom setting. While the search for the perfect combination may well be never-ending, that need not diminish the enjoyment of a rapid, unpretentious performance hatchback. The European i30 hatches effectively are Elantra GT, and much of the i30N's hardware is the same as that in the upcoming Veloster N. Both cars share a turbocharged version of the company's 2.0-liter inline-4, a member of the Theta engine family. 2 power outputs are available, both splitting the difference between the Volkswagen GDI and Golf R. The standard i30N has 247 horsepower while the i30N performance version has 271, the brawnier model also gaining 19-inch wheels instead of the standard 18s, fractionally bigger brakes, and the aforementioned electronically controlled limited slip differential and active variable exhaust system. The only transmission choice for now is a 6-speed manual, and as with the 306 HP Honda Civic Type R, performance is delivered through the front wheels only. The engine has a thuggish quality that suits the car well. Boost arrives late and hard, its low rev anemia turning to a full-blooded surge with a pulse spiking suddenness. Hyundai claims the same peak torque output of 279 lb-ft at 1750 rpm for both the regular and performance models, by way of an overboost function for up to 18 seconds at a time. Short of trying to climb a long, steep hill, it would be hard to encounter that limit. The soundtrack is deep-throated even with the exhaust in its quietest mode and approaches antisocial when revved with the exhaust in its loudest setting. The engine spins freely to its 6000 rpm horsepower peak and continues slightly less willingly to the rev limit 750 rpm later. Sequential upshift LEDs are integrated into the top of the instrument cluster to encourage harder applications of stick. While the limited slip differential helps the i30N find impressive traction, there is still some torque steer at low revs. But it's of the exciting rather than wayward variety. The engine does feel as if it's spinning a hefty flywheel, and it holds onto its revs like a miser when the throttle is lifted, so downshifts need to be timed carefully. In top gear the engine is turning at just 2100 rpm at 60 miles per hour, a scenario where throttle inputs are met with much lag. Thankfully, downshifting is a joy, as the shift action is accurate and nicely weighted. Ride quality is firm even with the dampers in their more pliant settings, and higher speeds over anything other than perfect surfaces produce lots of road noise to add to the engine's always present grumble. The audio system also suffers from a tinny tone and struggles to make itself heard during even moderately enthusiastic driving. At higher speeds and cornering loads, the chassis proves itself to be well disciplined, resisting roll and fighting hard to prevent bumps from throwing the car off a chosen line. The steering is excellent, although as is often the case with electrical assistance it feels most natural in its mellowest setting. The N mode is too harsh for street use, but myriad customization options mean it should be possible to find a sweet spot for both conditions and driver preference. The i30 N is a solid first effort by Hyundai's N division and a validation of the company's decision to recruit former BMW M boss Albert Biermann to head it up. The N is an unpretentious machine for traveling quickly and having fun, in that it is a perfect reflection of the humble values of its parent brand. In Europe, it's priced below the most basic Volkswagen GTI 4-door despite offering more performance. Let's hope the Veloster N builds on the same great work.